It's now time for the 3-minute drill. Here we go.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers brought back global defensive end Theodric Hansen. Was that a prudent move?
Well, the global program has produced about 2 notable players, and Theodric Hansen is one of them. So absolutely very happy to see him back in the league.
Who's the other one?
I guess Cody Grace.
Fair.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Notable can mean good and bad. There's probably a couple on the other side of that, but we won't get into it. Longtime Ticat safety Mike Daly is now the defensive backs coach at Wilfrid Laurier. Is that a good hire?
I think it's a fantastic hire, stealing him away so he can't go back to his alma mater at McMaster. Daly was super intelligent. I think he'll make a fantastic coach. The Cleveland Browns made Canadian Catherine Reich the highest ranking female executive in the NFL, hiring her as an assistant general manager and vice president of football operations. How cool is that?
It's great. And it's just a very interesting juxtaposition with the Browns making Reich in that position and giving her that designation. And then they have signed Deshaun Watson to a $230 million contract, who has a lot of ladies coming after him for some not so great stuff. Let's just say it. Montreal Alouettes owner Gary Stern has been making waves on Twitter, prompting Ticats caretaker Bob Young to suggest he deserves more followers than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What world are we living in? The owner of the bankrupt XFL. Is this all in good fun?
I think it is all in good fun. Gary Stern will probably never have as many followers as The Rock, but I'll give him credit. He went from having almost none to over 3,000 in the span of about a week. Good for him. Chase Claypool said on the I Am Athlete podcast that he is a top 3 receiver in the NFL. Is that true?
No, it's not true. He's not even a top 3 receiver in the state of Pennsylvania. Chase Claypool, please, from the bottom of my heart, I want to see you succeed. Please just talk less in public. Longtime CFL coach Jeff Reinbold has been named an assistant with Major League Football's Alabama Airborne. Is that a good hire?
It's smart, but man, we need the real story of what happened with Mr. Reinbold in Hamilton and Montreal. I'm sure one day it'll be out there. Probably on 3 Down Nation. Longtime CFL pass rusher Odell Willis officially retired as a member of the Edmonton football team. How will you remember him?
I will remember Mr. Odell Willis very fondly. I think my number one memory of him was when he was asked ahead of the 2015 Grey Cup, what happened that allowed Edmonton to reach a new height, a new level? And his quote, if I'm remembering it correctly, was, "I growed, Mike growed, the whole team growed." Gotta love when guys are able to grow, or growed in this case. The Elks released Oreo dunking, barbell backflipping receiver Shai Ross. Is that a surprise?
It is a surprise. Now, I don't think Shai Ross is necessarily an elite receiver, and I can see why maybe him and Chris Jones don't mesh in terms of a level of physicality. But this is the second straight week that the Edmonton Elks have released a guy that they started in the previous game. That should not happen. I don't understand how this keeps happening with Chris Jones. OSEG apologized for a miscommunication with its new security team that saw them confiscate flags and ask fans not to ring cowbells at Ottawa's season opener. Was an apology necessary?
It was. The fans in our nation were certainly upset about this, and credit Mark Gowdy for owning the situation there. And they got to inform the security team, man, because there's fans that have been doing that for years. And then all of a sudden they're getting booted from the game. So credit OSEG for being transparent and owning the whole situation. Star receiver Duke Williams will be back for the Riders on Thursday when they take on the Alouettes. How big of a deal is that for Sasky?
It's a huge deal. All due respect to Mitch Picton, who had the game-winning touchdown this past week, but Duke Williams is on another level. And I think that coming off of a short week, let's remember the Riders played Saturday. They're playing again Thursday night. You need all the firepower you can get, especially doing that on the road. The Riders on the road, both games, not an easy way to get scheduled. I think Duke Williams could help put them over the top in that one. We thank you, as always, for listening to the 3 Down Nation podcast. We'll see y'all next Wednesday for another episode.